Sup nerds, I was recently commissioned to make a legendary monster stat block for my good friend, MT Microbiologist. A fiery personality bringing all the sass and sarcasm, as well as your background in microbiology, has a unique combination of both poison and fire brewing in my mind. A powerful, near-godlike being of both plague and fire, you are Fever, the Plague Bearer. And here is that massive stat block. Pause to read. Fever the Plague Bearer is a CR26 large aberration with good AC, a large well of hit points, and stats focusing on dexterity and charisma. Numerous saving throws, damage resistances, damage immunities, as well as magic resistance and legendary resistance. Your spells and abilities are particularly potent with your Phosphorus Flames and Contagion, meaning all fire and poison damage dealt by Fever ignores resistance but not immunity. She has a short list of powerful spells that include Blight, Counterspell, Fireball, Eye Bite, Dominate Person, Cloud Kill, and Firestorm. And yes, I did skip past this ability called Endless Infection, but we'll get back to that later. She's going to be coming into battle with her multi-attack, first casting a spell from her at-will list and then making several Virulent Claw or Plasma Blast attacks. Her Virulent Claw ability causes a moderate amount of poison damage and can poison the target, while her Plasma Blast is a long-range fire damage spell. And she has a breath weapon on a recharge where she can choose one of two attacks, an Incineration Blast or a Corrupting Tide. And both of these are going to cause either massive amounts of fire and or poison damage. If you like this stat block and you want one of your own, head on over here and you can commission me. On to her legendary abilities called Up in Smoke, where she can teleport up to 60 feet away, her additional Plasma Blast makes one more attack, and her Leeching Toxins ability, a ranged spell attack that causes poison damage and allows her to be healed slowly over time. Fever is a heavy hitter, so she has mythic actions get triggered once she hits about half of her maximum HP, or about 250 hit points. Her first ability is more so like a passive. Every time she casts Plasma Blast, all creatures in a 20-foot radius of her will take an additional small amount of fire damage. A new ability called Lethargy, where she blasts a target creature she can see and they must make a Constitution saving throw, otherwise they can gain levels of exhaustion. And last of all, an ultimate ability of hers, costing 3 actions, is Patient Zero. Fever touches a target creature, causing a massive amount of poison damage, as well as pouring her own life essence into the damage being dealt. In addition to the poison damage, Fever can choose to lose 25 hit points. For every 25 hit points, that spell does an additional 20 points of damage. This ability is capped. She can only pour in an additional 80 points of damage into that poison attack. That is still going to hurt. So why would Fever want to pour her own life essence into an attack? Well, simply because she has this ability called Endless Infection. You cannot truly kill the Mistress of Plagues, so when she dies, she explodes in a burst of embers and virulent microscopic spores. All creatures in a 10-mile radius must succeed a Constitution saving throw, otherwise they're infected with a fever spore, and all creatures who fail this saving throw feel sickened and weak with flu-like symptoms. That's just the start of all of their problems. So over the course of the next couple weeks, all of these creatures in this massive area will feel sick, but only one unlucky soul will actually contain the new essence of a fever entity. While all others will slowly recover their strength and gain their vitality back, this one creature will suffer a very agonizing defeat. And after they have passed, a new fever entity will be born with most of the memories of the last one. So unless your players are fighting on a big, barren, open plane of existence, or one of them wants to make a sacrifice play, you're going to be seeing a little bit more of her coming shortly. Alright, this is a supremely powerful monster, all the more fitting for the personality that you have, so I'm glad you enjoy your monster.